OG Big T here. Today we're going to be talking about wheels for the Tomos. Let me show you something. So this is the sprocket, rear sprocket. It's a standard size. It's 22 for the rear, and I think the front, I want to say, is like a 26 in the Tomos. I don't know how many teeth that is, but that's a stock motorbicane. So big. That's a stock, can't see that. That is a stock Pook. Smaller, but still much bigger than 22. And then the Foxy has a small one too. So let me show you something pretty quick here. Right, so on the Tomos, they have a 2-speed transmission, right? Automatic or whatever. And it is interesting that the front sprocket is a 26. I think that's standard. And like I said, the rear is a 22. You can get different sizes, but that's standard, which seems counterintuitive because all the other bikes have such big sprockets. So these are the wheels and things. The wheels look the same, right? But, of course, this one has the holes for the sprocket. And so it goes on there. And then one of these guys goes on to, fumbling there, goes on there and you put the nuts and the bolts through, and then you bend up those tabs so that it keeps the bolt from popping out. And there's the front wheel, and there's a brake I got from Treats, and so that will go in there and fits, and you know, all that stuff. I'm not going to run a speedometer on this, not a cabled speedometer. What I'm going to be doing is running just a GPS speedometer that I have on one of the other bikes. And so over here I have the brakes for the rear. I had to get these from Tomos, Netherlands or whatever. I think there was another place to get them out here, but it was going to be a little more expensive, and I wasn't in a rush because I know this is a slow build. But this one's actually separate, where it's got the brake, and it's not assembled. So I just got to put the shoes on. It comes with the springs, and then, you know, this is the cable, or for the end of the brake cable. And the other day I called these things the brake levers, wherever they are, over here somewhere. Brake levers, I called them brake cables, but they're brake levers. The Tomos, as opposed to most of the other mopeds, is a 26-inch tire. And so I'm going to go ahead and mount the tires. Let's see how much of that I show you guys. But I wanted to check everything out because sometimes tires have a rotation, and so these do. And of course I want to make sure that I know which way, let's say, the front wheel goes on the fork. Is the front wheel, or is the brake on the right hand side or on the left hand side? And depending on whether the brake's on this side or that side depends how I'm going to mount the tire. So those are the kind of things that I'm looking at before I do that. So this is going to be about the wheels, right? There's the tires, there's the brakes, there's the sprocket bolts, and there are the wheels right there, tubes, tires. And we'll see if I can get some video of mounting the tires too. All right, OG Big T, back in a sec. Okay, so I could say that I went ahead after what you saw in the video and struggled with getting the tubes and tires mounted on these wheels. On the front wheel there, you can tell it's a front wheel because it has the little notch here for the pin on the speedometer, even though I'm going to use a GPS speedometer. And then of course this is the back wheel we talked about for the sprockets and such. Anyway, I could say that I went ahead and mounted those, or I could be honest and say that Lonnie over at Canyon Bikes in Canyon Country, CA, Santa Clarita, went ahead and did that for me. But anyway, I did that, and then I took the swing arm and shocks off the frame because I'm going to be working on the frame to to kind of Dremel this out a little bit and Dremel out the top tube a little bit so I can fit the pieces in there. The pieces, just so I don't have to hammer the crap out of them to get them in there. But anyway, I'll work on that, and I got the wheels mounted, and then the forks, triple tree, shocks, swing arm, and then I'll be hopefully ready for a roller. So onward and upward with the Tomos Flexer build. Hope you have a great day. OG Big T over and out.